Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome to my March 2020 bank video on my Ironman account. So this is kind of like a follow-up video to a video I made just over a year ago. I actually made a bank video on when this account was a hardcore in January 2019. I was meant to make this in January 2020, but it's kind of a bit late now, isn't it? But yeah, sort of to kind of give you some context, the account's now, I think, about a year and a half old. Before it was only 6 months old. And I think we've made some pretty good progress on the items in the bank and also the overall value as well. But yeah, let's jump into... Well, I'm in the farming guild at the moment because I'm going to show my seed vault as well. So the current value of my bank is just over 64 million. Before, it was just under 11 million. I've still kind of got the same setup to what I had before, which was kind of things that I use on the regular, like Graceful, sort of keys for Slayer, like Draymond stuff, also currency, and I've also got my farm run stuff, and if I'm doing some implants as well, I've got that in my universal tab. And also, I've still got my runes as my first tab as well, just because it's a little bit easier to access teleport options when I first open up my bank. So if I'm, right up to my bank and I'm like, shit, I need to teleport to, I don't know, Alcarid. I can access my Ring of Jewelins. I need to hit up a fairy ring. I use my RD cloak, and I got my Draymond stuff here. But yeah, I've kind of already spoiled what's in the second tab. But in this tab, we've got my runes, teleport jewelry, and capes, and also I've got some of my staves as well. My Ivan staff is in here, even though it's one of my best in slot magic staffs, but it lives in this tab for some reason. And I've also got my rune crafting gear as well in here, sort of with my pure essence and also all my tiaras. I did have an air talisman or an air tiara, but I've actually put that in a stash unit. Just to note, I do have a lot of the stash units completed from beginner to hard, so a lot of my stuff, or not a lot of my stuff, but some of my stuff is in stash units as well, and also in my player owned house, and we will go over to my player owned house and I'll show you the things that I've got stored in there as well. So yeah, pretty simple. Runes, teleport stuff, and rune crafting stuff in tab 1. Tab 2 is where things sort of get a little bit more interesting. This is my my PVM gear and combat gear in general as well. I've got an imbued Slayer helm. I've got my Dragon Defenders. Currently mainly use Dragon Scimitar, but I've also got Dragon Dagger for a spec weapon and a battle axe as well. My current best melee gear is Torag's helm, Darok's plate body, Verak's plate skirt, Barrow's gloves, climbing boots. I've also got Darok's legs. I recently got a fire cape. If you're a regular on the channel, you would have seen that I got that in one of my Ironman progression episodes, which I think came out the week before that I'm recording this. I've also got proselyte armor. I've also got my mage setup, which is essentially just mystics with an Aaron's hood. And I've also got the ancient staff as well. I do now have full range void as well. And I've also got my range gear, which is an archer's helm, but I normally use my slayer helm because now I've got it imbued. I get the bonuses for range with that. And then I've got black d'hide now, and I've also got the Zami d'hide boots. Rune crossbow, I normally use broad bolts, but I've also got enchanted diamond as well. I've got Shazian 5 armor. Then all my amulets down the side here. Scrolling down, we've got god books. We've got a few more bits of Barrow's pieces. Couple of warriors rings. I've got some ammo here as well. And then just sort of miscellaneous stuff as we go down. I've also got a crystal shield as well, but that's not got many charges in it because I'm using it for Dagonoth Rex. But yeah, mainly primary melee. I've got prayer stuff here, primary mage or magic stuff, primary range stuff, and then shaman stuff, and then all my amulets. And I did have all my boots all lined up, but that kind of went to shit. But but while I am on this bit, I have made the custom tabs that you get through RuneLite as well. So I've got my main melee stuff, my main range stuff. Actually, I can take that off because it's not my main stuff anymore. There we go. I've also got main magic stuff as well, just to give you an idea. So my next tab is fishing supplies, also food and potions. Kind of looking a little bit weak on potions at the moment, but I have been sort of, only making ones that I'm actually going to use, being an Ironman. And also I've been rinsing through prayer pots where I did quite a few Jad attempts, and also just doing various Slayer tasks as well. I've only got the boots from Angular, but that is something that I'm currently working on for the account to get full Angular. I have 2 dragon harpoons, which is pretty lit as well. Got blessed with some RNG on those. And I've also got the barbtail harpoon in addition to that. But really, from sort of this tab, I only really use my food, and obviously if I'm doing karambwans, for example, or if I'm fishing sharks, the other stuff is kind of just here as and when I need it. For pots, you can tell that I've kind of don't really use strength potions or super attacks. I'm saving them for when I can use them for better potions down the line, but I've been also making them to train my herb lore. And then I've got a few boostables here, so we've got Bandit's Brew, a few Slayer Respites, and then I was doing some Jugger Wines as well, and I've got some wild Pies. Okay, yeah, not really much to say about this tab. It's food and potions, it is what it says in the tin. My next tab hasn't really changed since I did my last video. I mean, it's only just really added sort of higher level stuff, like magic bows that I've been making. But I do now have the full lumberjack outfit. I'm currently working on 99 woodcutting for the account, which will be my second 99. I do have 99 fire making as well, but my skill cape is currently in my play around house for bank space reasons. So I've kind of got my tools that I use on top. I now have the crystal saw as well, which is something I didn't have last time in my last bank video. But we've got sort of logs, normal logs, oak, teak, mahogany, so that's your construction stuff, and then we've got willows, maples, yews, and magics for fletching. I've then got sort of my nails here, and then arrow shafts and headless arrows. So for example, if I do a worm task and I get some adamant head arrow tips or rune arrow tips, I can just quickly fletch them because I've got a nice little stash here. I've then got some spare rune limbs that I haven't made into crossbows, and I've also got some unstrung adamant crossbows as well, some mahogany stocks, some onyx bolt tips. I've got the ancient signet for when I can make the spellbook switch thingy, or altar in the play around house. And then I've got some bird nests, jewelry bird nest, what I've got from doing woodcutting, and I recently just cracked open all of my seed bird nests as well. I've then got some yew short bows because I've kind of got unstrung longbows and unstrung longbows, and then I've got the strung longbows underneath. So I got around to alking these yew short bows yet, but they're kind of just chilling in the bank. Got some bowstrings that I got from temple trekking, and then like I said, I got my lumberjack. Moving on to the next tab is my smithing and crafting. In here, sort of the top 4 things here in the corner, we've got my tools, then we've got sort of rows of gems, uncuts on the left and cuts on the right. I've also got full. I really can't fucking speak today, can I? I've got full prospectors. I've got the goldsmith gauntlets, and I've got a coal bag. Then I've got the ice gloves. I interchange those 2 gloves when I'm doing blast furnace. I've also got the Varicoma 1, which gives some mining bonuses. Sort of, you get double ores on, I think it's coal and iron, if I remember correctly. I don't really use it anymore, to be honest. Then I've got 49 golden nuggets that I've just had left over from doing Motherlode mine, and I've got some unidentified materials as well. I haven't gone for the mining gloves yet. They're just kind of chilling in there from when I did some mining in the guild. Then I've got some buckets of sand and soda ash to do some molten glass, to do crafting. I've got my molds as well here, and you can see I've been doing some lantern lenses. Scrolling down, we've just got some unenchanted jewelry, and then also my dragon hides. Currently can only make up to green dragon hide. I'm working towards getting to blue dragon hide. That's actually one of the goals for the account, because I've got nearly 400 blue dragon hide here from doing blue dragon tasks. Next tab is my herb lore tab. So we've got all of my different herbs at the top here, and then the secondary things that go into the unfinished pots once you're doing your herb lore. Again, nothing really to write home here. Got a nice collection of herbs. I think I've been stocking up, but I'm a bit of a stickler for not doing my farm runs, even though I've been doing guides on farm runs. I've kind of been saving up because I wanted to increase the bank value a little bit for this video. So my next tab is my farming tab. So this is a bit more cleaned up from when I did my last video. Last video was a little bit of a shit show, but now I've got access to the seed vault. I can put the seeds that I don't actually use in there. At the top row, I've got my tools. I do keep my magic secateurs and a lot of my other tools in the leprechaun storage, just because, why put them in your bank when you can go to the leprechaun when you're doing your farm runs? It just makes sense. And then I've got some plant pots, also got some garden pies to boost my farming as well if needed. Got a nice selection of fruit trees here, and then I've got some other normal trees as well. 32 U's, that is worth nearly 3 mil, which is pretty poggers if you ask me. And then we've got all of my herb seeds as well. I've got a nice collection of snapdragons, which is, I think it's about 3 mil. Yeah, 3.7 mil. Also got some dragon fruits, and then I've got some snapdragons, some watermelons, and limpworts. Been using those for some of my farm runs. I'm running quite low on snakegrass now, so I've been using some watermelons as well. So I can start making some, I can keep making some super compost. And then we've just got the stuff used for payments to the farmers to look after your produce as well. Again, nothing really to write home here. It's seeds, it's saplings, and it's fruit and veg. I could open up a fruit and veg market with all this shit, couldn't I? So the next tab is sort of one of the more interesting ones, which is my, I like to call it the collection. So this is from Slayer, from Clue Scrolls, overall things that I just like collecting. So I've got a few at the top here. I've got my collection log. I think I might go through my collection log in a different video, just because I don't want to make this one too long. But I've got my implins in jars at the top. I've then got firelighters, some purple sweets, Ecta tokens, burnt pages, then got marks of grace, got an ancient plate body, black mask, and then I've got my crystal keys. I've got 2 giant champion scrolls. I've got my pages that I've got my god books here. I do have pages in each of in these ones as well, but these are the ones that I've got duplicates of. I've then got 15 long bones, 1 curved bone, some ancient shards. Currently running low on totem pieces. I haven't been getting many dark totem drops, which sucks because I like doing Skatizo. Then I got some of my dragon weaponry as well. Some dragon arrow tips, dart tips. We got some trimmed and gold trimmed kite shields here, and also some adamant tees, plate skirts and plate legs. Then got a Zami top and a armadillo top and a bando's legs. Now we go to the sort of armor. I've kind of been hoarding this stuff. One of the reasons I've been making my stash units is so I can start removing some of these things. I kind of kept everything just in case I needed them for Clue Scrolls. And then I realised, oh wait, I don't need everything. So this might drop down to just being rune and adamant, and not being rune, adamant, myth, and black as well. I've also got a black plate skirt G down the bottom here, and I've got some dragon throne axes that I just got from Worms as well. But going through, it's pretty common set throughout all of the different armour types. Then we've got Shazian 4 stuff that I haven't got the construction level yet to have the unlimited storage for whatever one that one goes in now. That escapes my mind. But once I get that, that will be dumped in the player round house. I've then got an Iron Full Helm T. Then I've got my spare D-hide stuff. Then I've got D-hide body G as well. Got some elegant stuff. I've got different armoured boots. I've got my staves that need for Clue Scrolls and things like that. Scrolling through, we've got my extra pyro pieces that aren't in my play around house. Got my gas mask and plague stuff to fend off that fucking coronavirus. Then we've got party hats, Halloween masks, and other sort of fashionscape stuff. Then I've got a plate skirt tee, wizard hat tee, some more currencies here. Got a granite longsword. I've then got my egg collection, as you do. My bone collection as well. I do have a prayer tab to access these pretty quickly, and if I do add in any other bones, they do go automatically into here. Also, just to note, I've got my bird run stuff set up here in this tab, and I've got some of my farm run stuff in this one as well. And I've also got things for Alkin, and I've also got one for Fletching as well, just for quicker access. But going back to this tab, I then got my unsold heads. I've got some more currencies as well, and then we've got some other bits for clue scrolls and I guess fashionscape and just for overall collection that I haven't got around to putting in my house yet or in stash units. But yeah, probably my most expensive tab bar my actual combat gear. It's a nice little tab. A lot of it I have taken out and put into my play around house, like I said, and we will go and take a look at that. And then the last one is just kind of a dump for things that I might need for quests or clue scrolls, or it's just shit that I'm holding, really, to put it bluntly. Yeah, a lot of this I've cleaned up. This used to be quite a big tab, but this is now being cleaned up as well. Just quickly, I'm going to quickly grab a house teleport. There we go. We'll do a quick tour of my house as well. Into the seed vault. We do have just under 700k's worth of seeds in here as well. Nothing really to write home about in here. Few tree seeds that I haven't put into pots yet, or don't have the level to put into pots yet. I think I've gotten a Hespori seed as well, and I've got some seaweed spores, spirit tree seed as well, Calquat tree seeds, and some other fruit trees that I haven't planted. And then I've got some more saplings in here, like teak and willows. The other ones I've moved into my bank for the time being, because I'm actually going to start using them for tree runs. But yeah, that's really everything that's stored in my bank and my seed vault. So the bank's looking, I think it was about 64k, 64 mil. Yeah, 64 mil, 64.3 mil. I know it's pretty blasphemous that I just let that dunce go. I totally didn't see it, just it was leaving. It's scuffed Ironman. But we are going to quickly teleport over to house, and I'll show you things that I've got stored in my storage units there. I do have I've had two Phoenix drops, and I've got my Phoenix roaming around the house. I've also got a cat and a Hellcat, and also I've got the fish as well, because you can get a fish in a bowl. To go from a treasure chest, I do have a few things in here. So for beginner, I have the Monk Road bottom tee and the Amulet of Defense tee, and that's it for this one. For easy, I've got a few things in here as well. Where are we? I've got a sleeping cap in there, black pickaxe, because I've got fucking loads of them, so I thought I'd put one in here. And that is it for easy. And then for medium, I've got the one of the adamant heraldic shields. I think what one is that? H4. I've got a red headband, cat mask, penguin mask, Piscarilius banner and Shazian banner, adamant plate body H4 as well. And that is it for there. In the armor case, this is the one where I think I'll put my Shazian stuff. But this one is full up at the moment because I can't get the unlimited one yet. I don't have the construction. Got builder's costume, Zerikian, I can never say that fucking word, armor, that one. Clue scroll hunter outfit as well. That used to be in my bank because I was using it for Winter Todd, but now I don't need it anymore. I've also got the Twistic Relic Hunter Tier 1. And then in my magic wardrobe, I have the Pyromancer outfit. I've got the full Pyromancer outfit. And I do have some duplicates in my bank. I probably could trade them in for supply chests as well at Winter Todd, but that's something I'll do at a later date. I've got a Legends cape in here, Wilderness cape, Saradomin, Guthix and Zamorak. So the Major Arena 1 capes. I've got my Fire Making skill cape in here with the hood. Spotted hunter cape, spottier hunting cape as well. That's it in there. And then fancy dress box. I've got everything bar the baguette in there, I think. Well, everything else is in my bank, but I've got the mime, zombie, camo, lederhosen in there. And toy box. This one I've like completely filled up, I think. Yeah, because this one doesn't have a limit on it. But yeah, that's mainly, you know, my account, how it's looking at the moment. Kind of bank wise and item wise. I kind of wanted to make this video just to show the kind of progress that I've made since you know, January last year on the account. I mean, the bank value's gone up 6 times, which is pretty lit. I think we've also, last time my best in slot melee armor, for example, was fucking rune armor. So you can kind of see how far we've come from there. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, smack that like button. If you want me to keep making these videos, whether it's a 6-month basis or a yearly basis or an annual basis, I should say, rather than, you know, a 6-month thing. I mean, I have been doing a year, but if you want to see the progress even quicker, cool. Let me know. But I hope you did enjoy. Hit that like button if you did. Any suggestions, or if you think I'm holding things for no reason, drop it in the comments. And if you are new around here and you like what you see, I normally make an Ironman series on this account where I show you the progression of the account. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm now rambling quite a bit. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.